music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Wait, I got really confused. I'm not starting over. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is season 7, episode 7. I'm so thirsty. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to get this review done, people, okay? Tonight's lipstick is Urban Decay. The color is, I think it's Heroin. Yeah, Heroin from Urban Decay. I do like it. Love, why is my credit card on the floor? Lord jeez, I'm on my debit card. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. The preview for the rest of the season that we saw today, that we saw tonight, was great. Like, it really do make the rest of the season like look as if it's gonna top all the other franchises of Love and Hip Hop. It does look deliciously good. I mean, alliances are formed. People get beefed out. It's just all kind of things going on. And I, for one, can't wait for it. So we do see the beginning of the episode start off with Sierra and BK. I feel like Sierra and BK, I kept wondering, like, why they, like, showing them little by little. But as we see, baby, the rest of the seasons when it comes into play. So, you know, they on a little horse and carriage ride trying to spend some time together. But Sierra keep talking about Shooter. I think of it in 2 different ways. One, that's her ex-husband, and she just found out recently some things that he did while they were married that she did not know. So she has the right to kind of wonder what is going on. I feel like my nose is running or something. I want to get a baby light. So yeah, I feel like she has the right to know kind of what, I'm sorry y'all, what he had going on. But at the same time, I don't think the person that you're supposed to complain to is the new dude you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And he like, look, I feel like you care too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's okay if you want to say, hey, it's going to take me some time to get over him. I'm not fully over the situation. He like, I get that. He like, but you just, whenever we together, you always bringing up him, and I don't want to talk about that man no more. I feel like BK was completely justified in saying that to her. I feel like no man wants to sit and talk about your last man the same way no woman wants to sit around and talk about a man's last woman. That half ain't got nothing to do with me, bruh. Fuck her. You with me now. And now I got that on unicorn, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing like that. So, you know, but we see her saying like, he my best friend. Like, if I'm not gonna talk to him, who can I talk to? Someone you're not fucking. You know what I'm saying? People need to realize when you dating somebody, even if y'all like best friends, you still can't talk about your last dude with this new person because he's still your new dude. You sleeping with that man, girl. He don't want to hear about y'all situations and issues. He really don't. And it don't mean he wrong. Like, he don't have to listen to your past. Not every time. Like, all the time, every time. No. Anywho, we see KK go visit Mama D, check on her after her surgery. Mama D had everything done. We saw Mama D on that dang on video of her singing a remix of Bodak Yellow, and I still, her ass in that video still looked like she had on butt pads, not like she got her butt done. I do wonder who did her surgery, but whatever. So, you know, KK brought a little young tender, a little young thing to come try to help Mama D get better. But I mean, he just had, I don't think, was he a real nurse? And if I can't, I mean, you bring up me young tender, I can't sleep with that man. I just had surgery, so but he there. I guess he just eye candy, and he wasn't all that cute, honestly. So Mama D was saying how she's just been dealing with things. How it's just been her. So McKay said, well, what Ernest ass at? Like, where he at? Mom D get real serious. Like, I went out of town for a couple days for a gig. I came back and Ernest was missing. He ended up being missing for like 4 days, and I didn't know what had happened to him. Was he dead? Did somebody kill him? I don't know what had happened. She then said, well, we figured out he had been in the hotel room for 4 days, smoking crack and doing powder. I said he was on a crack binge. And she bring up how she did not know, or she did not realize that he had fell back to doing drugs, that he had been clean for like 20 years. Because remember, he was in jail for a while. So, I mean, even sometimes when you're in jail, you don't be really fully clean. But she still felt like, I don't know why he back to doing drugs or whatever. That kind of confuses me. And she was saying how, I hadn't really been talking to him. He hadn't really been talking to me even before I went out of town. But I found out that he back at his mama house. And I was like, well, when he smoke crack, is that where he go? Anyway. So KK just like, you need to talk to him. You can't just reach out to him, try to keep reaching out. And Mama D agreed that she gonna keep reaching out to him because she said she feel like, even though before she got her surgery, when she was saying on last episode, like, I'm forget Ernest, we ain't together no more. In this episode, she was like, I don't want to give up on my marriage just yet. I don't want to give up on him. And I feel like, I mean, if my person went on a 4-day crack binge, I don't know if I would be like, let's work through that. Like, I don't know. Because I feel like what crack do to people. Like, everyone know crack is whack, is what Houston said. Rest in peace. I feel like anyone who does crack in 2018 or 2017 or whatever, in these new days and ages or whatever, if you doing crack, you don't care about your life. Crack, I mean, who still make crack? I'm like, I really be surprised that people still smoke crack. I mean, of all the drugs that's out here today, the good weeds and stuff, I see people all the time smoking weed and they just be so high. You know what I'm saying? All these different strains stuff, all these little edibles or whatever. Why smoke crack? I just don't understand it. Anywho, but if she like it, I love it. It's her damn husband. You have to fight for your marriage. It is what it is. We see KK speaking a little bit about how she's upset that Scrap ain't coming home, how she feel like she's always waiting on her kids to do whatever. Scrap only been in jail 2 years. Scrap was sentenced to 20 years. So I'm just confused as to how she's upset that he was sentenced to 20 years and they won't hurry up and release him. He was sentenced to 20. Because his Tierra said, well, later on in the episode, he only been gone for 2 years. So I'm like, I'm just confused as to why she's so distraught that he ain't getting out when he was scheduled for 20 years. If a person is scheduled for 20 years and they have to do a total of 5, I'll wait the 5. I won't be pissed at 2 years if they not getting out. If I know for a fact, they're gonna be paroled, it's just gonna be, in 5 years. So whereas now it's 2017 and then not gonna let him out until 2019. Okay. 2019 is still better than 2042 or whatever 20 years is. What's 38? You know what I'm saying? It's still, girl, just calm down. Anywho, Stevie and Sprita, or Sprite, whatever the damn girl name is. Stevie is fucking Estelita at her own little apartment, and I feel like this. I'm not going to even go over the whole conversation. I'm just going to read this for what it is. They needed a new Jocelyn who wasn't as destructive as Jocelyn. They needed a new Jocelyn who would like be a little spicy flavor of something or whatever and be a little bit of trouble, but not full-fledged batshit crazy Jocelyn. So they kind of broke Jocelyn up into a couple of different people. Esperanza, Salidas, whatever her name is, the EP girl, when she's talking in these scenes with her and Stevie, after we know they clearly had sex, she's just oh so happy that he got her into was it Hustler? Penthouse. The Penthouse magazine. I'm like, but if you supposed to be a musical artist, why you so happy because he booked you in like a, not a porn, but like a Playboy-esque, nakedness-esque magazine. He ain't booked you no shows. You ain't got no studio time. You ain't got no songs on the radio. You ain't got nothing going on music wise. All you got is your ass and tits in the goddamn magazine for guys in prison to jack off to. And you happy about that? Really? It kind of as Talita played that role, like, oh my God, I'm so hurt. I'm so broken down. I had all this happen to me. You know, Stevie took advantage of me. She gave that whole spiel, and now she up in her goddamn on nakedness pajamas, and calling him Papi, and how he was so good last night, and he calling her the Panamanian goddess. So Jocelyn was a goddamn gone Puerto Rican princess, and she's a goddamn Panamanian goddess. Stevie really and Stevie ain't innocent. Stevie be having these helpers believing they are real artists, and they don't. We still ain't heard shipping Jocelyn music at all. And Esperanza, leader girl, she speak with a thicker accent in the scenes. She's acting like Jocelyn. She wants to be like, yeah, let y'all hear this little accent that I have. But you see, when she talks to anybody else, her accent isn't that thick. And when she's in her confessional, her accent isn't that thick either. She's trying to play a role because she feels like, if I can be the Jocelyn to Stevie J, I can be on this show for at least 4 or 5 more seasons and get myself up to I don't know what. Because when you heard you do not name music, people don't realize that you use love and hip hop to showcase your talent. And so far, the only talent that actually the guy is flying to motherfucking Atlanta and letting Stevie fuck her. That's it. The one time we seen you perform, it was horrible. So my thing is, you're not even using this platform to better yourself. You're using it to be Stevie's girlfriend, and he gonna replace you with the next ethnic girl that he sees. Girl, the fact that he called you the goddamn Panamanian goddess, as if he did not coin Jocelyn the Puerto Rican princess. You are a replacement, and you should know that. And I feel like you look so dumb playing into this and being happy. I like him, and something about him, it reminded me of why I liked him in the first place. But you talked all that shit, was crying with Erica and Spice, and you just kind of fell back into that man's dang on bed. And I feel like it's a weak bitch move, like totally, completely. And not only that, she was then talking about how, I know my friends are gonna judge me for fucking with Stevie. No, bitch, America gonna judge you. Not that your friends, America looking at you like you stupid right now, because you are joining forces with Stevie J for no reason. Not even for no reason. If she hadn't went on had that conversation with Erica and Spice about how she knew he kind of taking advantage of her, of how she wasn't going to sleep with him anymore. Even when she talked to Mimi, all these things that she was saying, and then the first chance that he licked his damn lips and winked at her and said, I think you special, she dropped her damn drawers and fucked that man in her own apartment. You are a musical artist who ain't doing no music, girl. And if you consistently let your role be the deposit for a man's sperm, that's what you're gonna always be. No one's gonna take you serious because you fucking your way to the top. And then you fucking your way to the top with a person who ain't gonna help you musically. At the end of the day, Stevie J did not help Jocelyn musically, because Jocelyn is not on the show anymore. And she on Instagram posting photos of her and that girl, her and her daughter. And that's about it. She didn't go back to strip clubs. But, he didn't take her to the top of the charts at all. Nothing. Stevie J is a con artist. He's a good con artist because he helped you be on TV for a little bit of time. But he ain't gonna help your career. No, he can't help his own career. He finna go to jail because he can't afford to pay his damn child support. He can't make enough money for himself to pay child support. This man been on this show for 5, 6, 7 seasons, and he has not made enough money to pay the 1 point whatever million in taxes in child support. How? You've been booking shows, you've been doing gigs, you ain't made, boy, bye. I just can't. I can't take it. I can't. Then he said how I only brought Erica around to light a fire up on your ass. I'm thankful because I wanted my friend back. But in the other thing you said to Erica, you only talked to Esperanza, Talita girl. Is that Talita? to get to Erica. So my thing is, you run a game on them both, and I think none of them are talented musically. Neither of them are at all. And then when he bring up, she then says, you need to have a handful of bad bitches who all get along and can hang out together. So you want to be his bottom bitch. You want him to be a pimp, and you want him to have hoes, to have a stable of hoes. Espelita is just stupid. I cannot pronounce her name, and it's so frustrating. When he bring up, well, Brittany's a handful. Well, no, her Ronald McDonald wig, and I don't think she's the right thing, and she doesn't look right. Excuse me. And she's going into all these little insults, saying how, until she looks better, I say no to her, and I'm gonna say what I want to say, because until she looks better, I'm gonna keep talking shit. I can't take no woman serious who downplays another woman basically because you fucking a man. That's it. Can't take it serious. We see Tokyo go talk to Bachi. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'll be so weird. Because she wants to rent his club out to do her album release party. Dude, she really have an album? I know she had that song, "Go Best Friend, That's My Best Friend," but I'm like, was that like a real thing? Like, I thought that was like a Vine or like a quick little something. I didn't know it was a real song, but she an artist. Okay, let it be. Anywho, she talking to him like, I just want to know, if I had my party or my album release party here, will you be able to control your bitch and put a muzzle on her? First of all, the simple fact that Bachi let Tokyo call his girl Keely a bitch means that ain't really his girl. So my thing is, if you have beef with my people, you can't call them no bitch. I would be like, oh, hold on, I know y'all got beef, but you can't call her out her name. Just call her Keely. He ain't check her at all. All he said was, I keep my personal life and my business life separate. I said, see, he ain't the one for you, sis. He don't even defend you like that. It's what it is. So he say, okay, it's cool. We gonna have a party. It's gonna be popping or whatever. We then see, because it was Tokyo, Sierra, and Carly. So Sierra then said how she pissed off because she heard that Keely was talking shit about her in these streets and hooks her ex-husband, her future ex-husband, up with a friend. So she feel like Keely's a fake ass friend. So Sierra then says, why she acting like Bachi her boo? She's like, in real life, Bachi got a hold on the bitch. And I'm like, do he? What's going on? And she's like, yeah, before I wasn't saying anything because me and her was cool. However, since she want to talk shit, he has a whole real girlfriend named Crystal. Keely, his sad bitch. I said, he brought his sad bitch on TV. Girl, tell some more. From there, Tokyo then said, yeah, and Keely thinks she's so sick. She's trying to hide who her baby daddy is. And then they said, who her baby daddy? Blue Da Vinci. They like, what is it? That's who he been complaining about. That's who keep his son away from him or whatever. So Carly then said, you know what? I'm gonna bring Blue Da Vinci to the party as my +1. And then Sierra say, and I'm gonna invite Crystal. Look, I am all for petty antics. The simple fact that they have teamed up as a goddamn dynamic trio to bring Keely down, I'm completely here for it. I do not like Keely. The bullshit that she pulling with Brittany, I do not like it at all. And I feel like she gets some comeuppance for herself. So from there, we see Brittany gonna meet with Tierra, because guess what they are? Old stripper friends. Yep, they used to strip together, same clubs, they know of each other. But Tierra talking about how, we're Brittany in Atlanta now, and I know she don't know anybody, so I'm gonna take her under my wing. And I said, but bitch, ain't nothing under your wing. I mean, like, who is she to say she gonna take somebody under their wing? I said, but Tierra, we don't even really know you, girl. Like, do you have a wing? Do you? Okay, you just said so. So Brittany basically complaining about the whole Stevie J Keely situation, letting her know what's been going on, saying how she does not want to sign a contract with Stevie. And Tierra was like, well, he my baby daddy uncle, and with him it's either sign a contract or fuck him. If you're not fucking him, he gonna want you to sign a contract. I feel like at the end of the day, he wants them both. He want a contract and he want to be having sex with people. But I like how Brittany is saying, like, I'm not gonna fuck him to doing things. Like, I'm down with MMG. I don't think I should have to sign a contract to do one song with him. But I feel like this: if you rocking with MMG and that show, whatever, partner, label, or whatever, why are you trying to work with CJ anyway? If you with MMG, don't they have other producers that you can work with besides him? But I get it, you own the show for a reason, whatever. Sierra and her was still chit chatting or whatever, and Brittany bring up Keely saying how, saying they was friends, but then she switched on her and, saying that she was unprofessional. But I feel like Brittany, for that part, is kind of being dumb because you didn't know Keely. My thing is, you can't meet someone and because y'all don't start fussing and fighting, think that she your friend. I have people who I have worked with for the past 3 years that I talk to, like times like daily or whatever. They not my friends. Like, I let people know who are my friends. So you can't meet someone and then say they're your friend. That's not how it works. If I meet you, you're my associate. Because I don't know you. So I have to really get to know people to be like, you know what? We're friends. Because if not, you will have 1,000 friends and you can't trust them, rather you can throw them because you don't know what they're capable of. So I feel like her first mistake was thinking Keely was her friend. That was just kind of not smart. And then Tierra bring up how Scrap coming home and how she don't know if she can trust him or his mama. Tierra using Scrap as her storyline to basically introduce him back to the cast when he gets out next year. I mean, I get it, but I'm not here for the storyline, so next, I don't care. We see Rashida and Kirk. Rashida didn't put tape all around her house to show Kirk he got his side. She got her side. So she said, all the things he did, I feel like I've earned the right to be petty. She's like, after your husband cheats on you with a stripper, gets her pregnant, then moves back in, I can be petty. She says how she felt like he conned her into letting him come back in the house. He didn't con you at all. You had every right to tell him no. You could have easily said to him, we're going to work on us separately. Because right now, I don't want you in the house anymore. What you said was, I do miss him around. I'm going to let him come back. So he didn't con you. You conned yourself by thinking, let me... Rashida and Kirk knew already that baby was his. They had already figured it out. Let me be clear. I said that last week. I'm going to say it again this week. Rashida and Kirk already knew about that baby. They'd already had a DNA test on that baby. I'm not saying that they didn't go through their trials and tribulations. I ain't saying that they wasn't beefed out. I ain't saying that. I'm saying that she probably found out. She was pissed. It just did not play out on the show. And then they said, okay, we're going to let it now play out on the show. And that's what they're doing. Because ain't no way in hell that last season I found out my husband knocked up a stripper and had a baby. And 1 season later, he back in my house. Ain't going to happen. That ain't no regular cheat. That ain't a regular cheat. He had a real relationship with that bitch, had a baby. So for her to be like, he conned me, he did not. I feel like they already had got their shit together. They had already moved past it, and now they're just letting it play out on TV, and that's all that it was. Kurt don't care, as he said, he just have P back in the house. And I'm like, well, okay, if you say so. She asked him, like, she said, this your side, this my side. I need you to understand our boundaries. Just pay attention to the boundaries of the house. Girl, who cares? He in the house, there ain't no boundaries. Because my thing is, if it's a piece of tape, he in your presence. Girl, bye. I get it was also a metaphor for boundaries. I get that too. But girl, fuck that tape. Mess up your damn walls and floor. She asked him if he's seen the baby at all. He says, like, not in person, just on IG. The one thing I can respect Kurt saying is, he said, I haven't reached out to Jasmine personally, and I'm not trying to get connected to her personally because I don't want to piss Rashida off and mess up something like that. So I'm going to just go through the lawyers. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you can go through lawyers and kind of do exchanges. I think the weird part would be the baby don't know Kurt. So I think in one way or the other, he gonna have to deal with her. I think he can do that by still maybe having the lawyers there when they do an exchange, or have like a third party, somebody sitting there too, so that it's just not them two together, because nobody wants to hand a baby off to one stranger to another stranger. Because at this point in time, the baby, what's the baby? I don't know what the baby name is, but he don't know Kurt, so he not gonna want to go with a stranger. So there has to be some kind of balance to how you gonna get that figured out. But he can't just take the baby without the mama. I know that's true, but I get how he's trying to figure out how to do that without pissing Richard off. I think that's admirable. You shouldn't have fucked in the first place. They then bring up the whole workout video thing that Kurt set up. She want her trainer to be a part of it. He like, why? Kirk mad because it's the same guy who been working her out and was at the store fixing lights and shit. But I'm like, if he can't do the video, it ain't as if she can't still see that man. And he's saying, you know what, it's a D-Lo production. He D-Lo. And, you know, I booked it, or I brought the thing to the table, and I'm your manager, so, you know, we're going to do it how I want to do it. And she said, bullshit, no, we're going to do it how I want to do it. I feel like just because you her manager don't mean you her owner at all. So, and I feel like, Kurt, your ass needed to shut up. Okay? Fuck you, Kurt. Forever. Mimi, who was it? Mimi, Brittany, Keely, Stevie, and Estelita all meet up. Mimi see when Estelita and Stevie walk in, they look friendly. Okay, she noticed that. You know, we even see how Mimi saying that Keely still feels some kind of way about Brittany, saying how Erica should go be with her kid or be about the mother or whatever. Saying how Keely felt like she was out of place, out of line, and she should not have done that. I think Brittany has said that she shouldn't have said it, but my thing is, I also feel like when you argue with somebody who feel like they the beast and you poking the beast, you poking the bear, you go for the jugular. You know what I'm saying? Kids should be off limits. Family should be off limits. At the same time, you can't be arguing with me and tell me how deep to cut you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't feel like, well, I'm gonna talk about this, and she bet not talk about that. When you arguing with somebody, you have to understand that anything is up for grabs. And I feel like Brittany hit her where she knew it would hit the hardest. And it ain't right, but it ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that she acknowledged that she maybe should not have said it, I get it. And I also feel like at least she didn't talk about the kid. She just said, like, go be with your kid, or go take care of your kid. You know what I'm saying? It was leave kids out of it, but at the same time, you can't argue anything. I'm fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, your kid. You know, you sometimes that is what an argument is. You go for the jugular. You don't try to be easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. So, but me do say how, oh, y'all are friendly talking about Stevie and Estelita, and then Stevie said, yeah, I fixed it, meaning I fucked her. We then see Stevie do bring up, I heard before y'all had issues, you know, somebody brought up kids and we can't be having that. Brittany then said, yeah, probably shouldn't have said it, you know what I'm saying, but I'm here to move on, and you know, we're gonna just do whatever. I felt like Stevie was ready to move on until he brought up the whole contract situation. And then, but Keely jumped in, saying like, well, yeah, she was wrong, being extra. That's why I don't fuck with Keely. I feel like Keely is an opportunist. And like Brittany said, I brought her to the table. She did not know Mimi or TVJ, and now she here as if she's a major player in this, and I brought her in, and you know what I'm saying, I brought her in to kind of be my backup, and she kind of on their side, so some bullshit. So Brittany, like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't working with Keely, because at this point her and Keely arguing, because she was trying to talk to Stevie J, and Keely kept interrupting her. And the thing about it is, Brittany said, excuse me, Keely, but I'm talking to Stevie. Like, she was nice with it. Like, she wasn't even rude with it. She was respectful a little bit. Like, I ain't talking to you. You cut me off. I'm talking to him. And at that point, Keely, to me, was the one who was unprofessional. Did Brittany get loud? Yes, she did. But at this point, she like, bitch, I don't want to work with you when you coming at me like this, and I don't know why. So I don't like Keely. I don't. You know, it's the whole argument at this point in time. Everybody yelling. Stevie trying to calm him down. It ain't working. You see security on standby. You see Keely saying, well, bitch, you sound professional. Da, 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 da. You see Brittany saying, well, bitch, I brought you into this. And then Stevie said, well, I, asked her to work with Mimi. And then Brittany said, I know, but I brought her to you and to Mimi. So at the end of the day, this is me. And I'm like, again, at this point in time, it was all of them against Brittany. And she did what she should have did. She walked away. Like, I ain't gonna, fuck y'all. I ain't gonna argue y'all. And I think, even Esperanza, lead girl, saying, well, leave her alone because she dressed like Beetlejuice and she got orange hair. I think she was cute. She was dressed as if she was gonna do a show. She seems to be very extra. She does not dress regularly, but I think for what it was cute. It was costume-y. It was almost Nicki Minaj-esque, or even Lil' Kim-esque. You know what I'm saying? She's an artist. We'll say that. I feel like Esperanza, leader girl, is just sucking dick where it needs to be, and she don't care about anything else. So when, Brittany leaves, they like, well, okay, now it's down to one. But even Stevie say, Eric and I on the show, and she, Eric and I trying to do this little showcase. Now Brittany gone because she don't want to be there, and she might not be a good fit because Keely saying she not a good fit, she just dangerous. Esperanza, lead the girls saying the same thing. So Stevie listened to these two. I'm looking like, you listen to two people who can't book your shows. Like, no one's gonna go to a show to see either one of them. I mean, I don't know how much they would go to see a show with Brittany, but I think Brittany has more of a name than the other girl do. So I mean, at this point, Stevie, it's bad business. It's bad business if you have all these women around and none of them can do work because you fucking won, and then you letting another one manipulate the situation because she pissed off about one thing. Girl, bye. I can't. It's just stupid. Dime pregnant. Dime planning the wedding. Her fiance always gone. He back in town for a minute. He gonna leave again because he didn't got booked for the damn D League of the NBA, and that's it. I mean, Dime is not as crazy as she used to be in the earlier seasons. She has calmed down a lot. It is beautiful to see her pregnant and getting engaged and being married or whatever. But her scenes be so short, I kind of don't be caring about them. Because he just said, well, because I'm going to be gone and to Iowa to work with the Timber, whatever, the D League of the D League of NBA. Because as he said, it was a very humbling experience for him to go from the majors to the minors, but he has to do what he has to do after being, sidelined for 2 years. And she said how she's pregnant and too tired to cook food and she needs help. And he suggested her mama. And she's like, well, we beefed out right now, so I don't know about that. We'll see. But I'm like, she said like she always in her second trimester. But I'm like, if you almost in your second trimester, that's just like 4 months. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna keep moving. I was just like, girl, get your ass up, cook some food. Okay. Anywho, we see Jock, and he was kind of hanging out with the fellas with Bachi, Sean, Garrett, and BK, taking them to his new endeavor, which is a hair salon. He was saying how when a couple, like it was last year, the year before last, he had that whole perm and that whole, his hair was all coiffed. The girl who did his hair like that, they decided to partner up and open up a new hair salon in Atlanta. I mean, okay. So he taking them to see the space before it's done because he's gonna have like a little party there in about 2 weeks. We see how BK say how he's not only dating Sierra, he dating somebody else. He said because Sierra, we all caught up in the whole shooter stuff that he decided to, you know what I'm saying, dibble and dabble and kind of date around until she fully commits to being overshooter. Now, the reason he a fuckboy for this because she don't know that. And he also says how the other girl he dating, she know. Like, not like she know her, like, he said they're at least acquaintances to where it's something. So I'm like, bitch. That's why I said BK and Sierra's situation coming up is going to be deep, okay? So from there, we see him say that. We see Bati saying how he don't know if he want to bring Keely to Jock's thing because he's like, we just have different issues and she kind of be wilding or whatever. Like, then he said, you know what I'm saying, I don't even know who her baby daddy is. And Jock was like, what? Are you serious? You don't know? And he like, no, you know what I'm saying, I've asked her and she just kind of never said who it was or whatever. And Jock tells him it's Blue Da Vinci. And Bati like, why won't she tell me that? She know me and him running the same circles and like we kind of like know each other or whatever, so why would she tell me that? Because I would need to know if I'm hanging around her baby daddy. I agree. If you're in a serious relationship with somebody and they are going to be around your child's other parent, you should let them know. That should not be a secret at all. It's just crazy. So yeah, it'd be like he felt like if she hadn't that, what else did she had? A whole damn bunch. Okay, it is what it is. So the end of the episode goes with Brittany and Keely meeting up, and this is where I put the stake in. I don't fuck with Keely's coffin. Brittany called a meeting or whatever, and she said, you know what I'm saying, look, I felt like we was cool at first, and then you flipped on me, and I think it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to Stevie about my business, and you know what I'm saying, you then kept butting in. I don't need you to talk for me. Keely then lied and say, you know what I'm saying, well, I was trying to find out what your issue with the contract was so that I can kind of see if he could see it from a different aspect and kind of help you out. And that's bullshit because you already knew her issue with the contract that she does not want to sign one. So my thing is, you still didn't talk about it in any way to help her at all. And you know, Brittany, like, look, she said, like, you also have a temper, you're unprofessional, and you have a temper problem. Brittany was like, I don't have a temper problem, you know what I'm saying, but at this point in time, you know what I'm saying, you switch sides, I see how you roll, I can't fuck with you, I know how to handle you from now on. At this point, Brittany trying to get up and walk away, she's like, alright, you know what, it's done, it's baby wipe. She's saying, you know, she just done with the conversation, she's done with the conversation, and Brittany gets up to walk away, and Keely throws a drink at her back, and then yells out, this Detroit bitch. Let me tell y'all something. As y'all know, I'm from Detroit, born and raised, and saying east side, west side, both sides. I've been raised on both sides, and that ain't how Detroit bitches roll at all. Keely did what hoe ass people in Detroit do. Keely did a bitch move. Keely waited until the girl turned her back and then did some I'm about it shit. We don't do that in the D. If you have beef with somebody, you don't wait for them to turn their back at all. If you argue with a girl and she walks away, you let her walk away. Cause you like, alright bitch, I ain't got time for you. And at the end of the day, when you do something behind somebody's back, you use a punk ass. That's what hoe ass bitches from Detroit. Keely does not represent Detroit bitches at all. Trust and believe. The people I know, we don't never have attacked through something at anyone's back. We do shit face to face. Okay? So Keely doing that whole ass shit, and then this Detroit bitch, no it ain't. That ain't 313 at all. It pissed me off. I'm like, she said it as if she was proud to be like someone, because the thing about it is, Brittany wasn't trying to fight. She wasn't trying to fight. She wasn't disrespectful. She kept on saying sis. So she wasn't trying to be funny. She wasn't trying to fight. She was saying, I see how you rock. You flipped on me. I know how to handle you now. I'm out here. I'm done. I'm leaving. And she got up to leave. Didn't get up to leave and try to fight. It was no reason. Well, I was talking and my iPhone is cut off. So let me end it right there because I'm tired in the goddamn way. I was wrapping it up anyway. Go. So that was my review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Put your comments below. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner. Peace. You can't end the video with no ending, even if the camera cuts you off. Okay? Gotta do it. Okay? Peace.